Inga, the purchasing manager of Contoso, ordered some sound equipment from Fabricam Electronics. Meanwhile, the equipment needs to be installed by some specialist. She created two purchase orders in the system, one with the sound equipment and the other with the service items. Fabricam Electronics confirmed the purchases and delivered the goods immediately. Sammy, the shipping and receiving manager, confirmed the goods have been received and logged the receipt entries into the system. Meanwhile, Fabricam Electronics also sent the specialist to install the sound equipment. After the product receipt is confirmed, Fabricam Electronics sent the first invoice via email and the second one via SharePoint when the installation was completed. April, the AP clerk from Contoso, needs to check and process the incoming invoices. Let's see how she works in invoice capture and Dynamics 365 Finance. When the invoice arrives at the company's inbox, what happens under the hood is that the invoice document will be picked up by an automatic flow and feed it into an industry-leading AI model for recognition, which is developed by Microsoft. In invoice capture, April can first check the received invoice documents under My Work, Received Files. As shown at the top of the list, two invoice documents are well received. The value in the field Import Channel Type indicates that one of them is from email and the other one is from the SharePoint file system. The state tells that the invoice documents are successfully recognized and the captured invoice are successfully generated. If April goes into the detailed page of the received file, she can see a navigation button called View Captured Invoice in the Action panel. By clicking this button, it then redirects April to the detailed side-by-side viewer for checking detailed content of the invoice. The side-by-side viewer lets users have the original document and the invoice document open side-by-side in the same window. The viewer builds the connection between the invoice fields and the original invoice document. By clicking the eye icon, it will automatically position to the right place on the invoice document. This will help April correct the invoice more efficiently and accurately. The key fields such as legal entity, vendor account, item number, and expense type will be automatically derived based on the current setup of mapping rules or derivation rules. For PO invoices, the PO number is extracted from the invoice document. The purchase order number and the purchase order line number on the invoice lines are then automatically derived. This can ensure the success generation of pending vendor invoice in Dynamics 365 Finance. The message panel provides a great starting point for April to review the invoices. Although most invoices can be processed in a fully automated fashion, the warning and error messages can help April be aware of the exceptional cases and make corrections. Now, April can start her review, correct the error, complete review, and then transfer the invoice by clicking the Transfer Invoice button. The notification message shows the pending vendor invoice is now generated successfully in Dynamics 365 Finance. She can then repeat the same steps to ensure the second invoice is also transferred. If no error is found, the invoice can be automatically transferred without any manual intervention. Now, April opens Dynamics 365 Finance System and goes to the pending vendor invoice list page in the Accounts Payable module. The list shows that the pending vendor invoices are successfully created from invoice capture. By clicking the View Automation History button, April can view the status from the automation history. The status shows that the first invoice has succeeded in automatic prepayment application, automatic product receipt matching, and automatic workflow submission. The invoice is then routed to April for approval according to the settings in the workflow. By clicking the Approval button in the Workflow dropdown, April approves the invoice. The invoice is then automatically posted. By repeating the same steps, April approved the second invoice as well. When both invoices are posted, the open transactions can be found in the Open Vendor Transactions under the paths Accounts Payable, All Vendors, select the specific vendor, Transactions, and then Open Transactions. In Dynamics 365 Finance, the payment proposal automation jobs help to create the payment journal automatically with payment proposal. After the scheduled job is executed, April can go to the vendor payment journal and check the details in the latest entry. The payment journal entries have been created automatically. By clicking the tab Settle Transactions on each line, it shows that this open transaction has been marked for settlement. This saves a lot of effort for April to create payment entries manually.